Hello everyone. So in this video we will be demonstrating CloudFormation. So before that, let's talk about infrastructure as a code. So this is a general software development cycle. A developer codes an application, then we send it to a version management or a source control, which is like GitHub, and then it establishes a pipeline, and then those pipeline deploys the code into different stages of the deployment, right? So it could be development stages or production. So in this scenario, we can also introduce infrastructure as a code. So let's say we are developing a Python application, then we need to deploy it into EC2 instance, which have like, let's say, Python environment 3.8, something like that. Then our pipeline will so we can actually code all of those things inside our source code itself. What we can do is like we can write an instruction to create an EC2 machine, then establish EC2 machine such that it can host a Python program, and then our pipeline can actually host the entire code and the infrastructure directly. So that's the infrastructure as a code that we can follow. So in this talks we will learn how to provision infrastructure using a CloudFormation. There are other tools like Terraform, which is popular. And we will try to deploy and update the actual infrastructures. So we will be performing to create an S3 bucket. So this is how it's gonna work. So in a general scenario, developer make an infrastructure code and then push it to an automation server. But in our case, as we are using AWS, we will use CloudFormation and it will handle most of the things. So let's just go to our AWS console and click on CloudFormation. So we get this kind of UI. Go to create stack, and you can use different methods to create it. You can use a graphical tool, so you can click on the infrastructure composer and create an infrastructure like this. Let me just show you a little bit of demonstration. So let's say if you want an API gateway, we can select API gateway and set it over here. And maybe let's see if you can do EC2. So yeah, we got some EC2 option over here. Let's just put an EC2 instance. So you can see we can establish a connection. Maybe direct API gateway is not able to establish connection over here, but you get an idea, right? So in order to establish this kind of services, we can just use this graphical tool and set up the API gateway, the instances, S3 buckets, all things over here. So this is one way to do it, but we got a lot of limitation over here, like we cannot like link it over here. Maybe there are some other things that we need to follow. However, we can do this by actual code as well. So let's just go back and use a template instead. With this template, we can actually maintain a version of our code within a GitHub. So this is more developer friendly, I would say. So yeah, we can select the template from our S3 bucket if we have uploaded it, or we can just use a template file. So I have created a file. Let's just go through the file once. So this is our file that we're going to upload it over there. Generally it has a template version and a description. So this is just a YAML file, and it has the tag or a keyword called resources, where we are going to use S3 bucket. So with this instruction, our CloudFormation can create an S3 bucket. Okay, so it would be so there is a type and there are some properties. So what is the name that we want to put in our S3 bucket? So the name could be in our case my S3 bucket, and the account number that we are creating the S3 bucket, or we are using the CloudFormation, and the region that we are putting it in. So this is going to be our S3 bucket name. The output are something like after running this code, it will show this event to a user, to a developer, or who is creating the stack, and they can ensure like these are the actual value that is being outputted, or like that is being generated by our CloudFormation. So yeah, I just created this file and I'm going to upload it to our CloudFormation stack. So this is the name. Just upload it, and then just click next. Let me just start from the beginning. Some issue over here. Upload a template file, CloudFormation, and next. Yeah, probably some caching issue. So what's the name we're gonna put it over here? Let's just put CF CloudFormation test. Okay. Next, we don't need to set parameter right now. The role is something that we are giving to our CloudFormation stack so that it can perform certain things in the AWS. So we are trying to create S3 bucket, so it must have permission to create an S3 bucket. So let's just go to our roles and create a new one. Create a role. I'm just gonna say this is for CloudFormation. So CloudFormation, next, and I'm gonna give it S3 bucket full access. Just click on the policy and next. I'm gonna name it CloudFormation S3 full access and create a role. So we got a role over here. Go to CloudFormation, refresh it, and we can select the role. So with this role, CloudFormation now can create an S3 bucket. Without this, it doesn't have a permission to create a bucket. So these are some of the policies, like if something happens, what to do, right? So rollback all stack resource is the one policy. So if our code fails, if something that we wrote in our file, if it fails, then what to do? Then we want it to roll back. Let's say there are 100 of services we are creating and 20 of them are already created, okay? And at 21st services that is being created, it fails over there. Then what to do? And we want to delete all the 20 services that we created. So rollback is good for us. If we don't want to roll back, then it will preserve the current state. So those 20 services that we have already created will not be deleted. Now this might be costly, right? So it depends upon our need. So for now, I'm just gonna select rollback all the stack resources. There are other delete policies. So yeah, it's also about the rollback policy. And anyway, so these are all the optional stuff. We don't need to set it up right now. Notification, like if you want to use SNS for any sort of event triggering, yeah, just click on next and we can submit it. Now the template is created, the template runs. It will take some time. You can just refresh it and look at, just give it some time, and then look at the status of what's happening over there. Now in the meantime, let's go to our S3 bucket. Now you can see already there is an S3 bucket. My S3 bucket is being created. It's created just right now, 18:59, so it's 7 p.m. over here. So yeah, this bucket is just created, and we can make sure that by just refreshing this page, and you can see these are the tasks the CloudFormation did. It create a CF test. So this is you can also go to the S3 bucket and see these templates. So these are the templates that it generated. You need to download it to see it. So you can see it uploaded our file to the S3 bucket, and our CloudFormation used that template to create a S3 bucket. So you can see these have been created over here. So yeah, that's all for the CloudFormation. Thank you.